Hey guys, welcome back to Lamelli Armory. Today we're going to be looking at the Mossberg MC2C. Alright, so the Mossberg MC2C is going to come shipped in this box. Let's take a look inside. First off, on top here you'll see the Mossberg lock. Down here at the bottom is an additional magazine. So this is going to be a 10 round magazine. Pistol comes wrapped up here in this reusable film. So all you have to do is just pull this out. And the firearm comes out here. So there's an additional magazine here. This is the 10 round. Then here at the bottom, I'm gonna have our owner's manual, and it looks like a Mossberg sticker and a lot of different handouts there. Alright guys, let's take a closer look at the MC2C here. So the C stands for compact. They do have an SC version, which is subcompact, and then I believe they have an also full-size version of this. So the model that I chose was the stainless, the two-tone model. They do have one that's like all black if you want to go with that. I just felt this look, the two-tone, just looks so much better. So starting here at the bottom, of course it comes with this Mossberg band around the grip. So of course, mentioned before, it's a 10 round magazine. Normally they are 13 rounders. This model that I happened to snag at Sportsman's warehouse for a crazy low deal had only the 10 round version. I knew that purchasing this and figured I would purchase more magazines down the road. It was pretty much less than half of what everyone else is charging, so I couldn't say no, especially with this two-tone. But showing you that the firearm is clear, and starting down here at the grip, you do have really nice texturing all the way through the back strap, even on the side here. Really nice texturing, and in the front. So just all around, the Mossberg grip here is just screaming ergonomics and great texture for grip. And going up here, I do like this part. The magazine release actually pops out quite a bit. Not enough to accidentally hit it when you're firing, but just enough where you don't have to break your grip. And you can see the positive ejection there. And another option with these models is you can have the safety with or without it. This model came with the safety, but it doesn't bother me. It's not typically where it is up here. It's just out of the way, but it's easily accessible. Of course, red there means you're ready to fire. Black on this side is it's safe. And then you also have an additional trigger blade safety, so if you wanted to run it with the safety off, you can do that as well. And then you have the trigger blade safety, of course, and moving up to the front of the trigger guard, you have some serrations here, so if you like to put your finger over the trigger guard when you're shooting, you can do that. And then you have a one slot Picatinny rail, so you can put lights and lasers on there. I do really like how they added the memory pads here, also with more texturing, so when you're shooting your thumb over thumb grip here, you can feel that it's not going to slide off. Some pistols that I have are really smooth right here, so whenever I fire, my thumb sometimes slips off, just depending on how much recoil that pistol has. But I also like that it's included on both sides, so it's a good memory point for when you're not firing. Put your index finger here, and of course your thumb over thumb grip over here. So I do really like that. And looking at the slide release, it's not ambidextrous. It's a little smaller than what I'm used to, but actually really good for concealability. And then moving up to the slide here, you have really nice serrations in the rear. You have really good texture. And then front serrations for your press checks. Then here's the 3-dot white sights. They recently came out with an optics ready model. Obviously this one is not, but for the price it was just well worth it. So we'll go ahead and check out that range footage. Alright, so another unique thing about this firearm, other than where the safety's placed, is how the takedown works. Traditionally, you're used to either like a little lever here that you push down and slide moves forward, or like the traditional Glock, where you push both pins down, pull the trigger, slide goes forward. But in this case, they call it their safety takedown system. Just to make it safer, where you don't have to pull a trigger and have an accidental discharge, which I see why Mossberg was going that route. But go ahead and show you that here. So first off, make sure that the firearm's clear, eject your magazine. Of course, again, nothing in the chamber. So there's this little button here in the rear that you're going to press, and then this slides down. Let's see if I can get it. Okay. So here's the back plate there. And of course you have the pin. So here's the firing pin. And then it slides forward. You do that. And here's the recoil spring and guide rod. And here's the barrel. I believe this is a 3.8-inch barrel. Then here's the slide. It's the internals. Really love this finish. Then here is the frame. All right. Now to reinstall, of course, put the barrel in, then the recoil spring, slide it back, lock it, put the firing pin back in, then you want to press this in a little bit with the back plate, slide up, slid in, rack it a few times, check for function, see reset, there, and we're good. A little tedious, a little different, but after doing it a few times you get used to it. But here's the trigger pull, looking at it closer. So here's the wall, a little bit of creep, break, and then here's the reset, right there. Yep. So I believe after shooting this several hundred rounds, the trigger is going to break in a lot better. Right now it feels a little stiffer, but of course, with time, just with any firearm, the more you shoot it, the better the trigger feels. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave those down below. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.